Hi, my loves. Welcome back to LaFit Studio. My name is Lauren, and I'm going to be teaching you a full body reformer class today. The only prop you're going to need is your box. We'll need that for some lunges. I'm going to have you start on one blue spring, one white spring. Wow, my words. One light spring and one medium spring today. And I'm going to have you start on all fours for your warm up. So your knees are going to be up against the shoulder rest. Your hands are going to be on the rails. Those hands are going to be directly underneath the shoulders. We'll just start with a cat-cow today. Take an inhale as you lift the head, drop the belly. Exhale, scoop and round the back. Drop the chin to the chest. And again, inhale, lift the head, drop the belly, lift the tailbone up. Exhale, scoop round the back. Good. So we're just warming up that spine here. Warming up through the abdominals. Let's do one more cat-cow here. Inhale, lift the head, drop the belly, lift that tailbone. Exhale, scoop and round. And then bring it back to a neutral spine. Beautiful. Okay, guys, we're going to go into some leg extensions here. So when you're ready, really press that left knee up against the shoulder rest. The right leg is going to lengthen back and then draw it back in. Just that right leg lengthens back and then draw it in. Good. So with this one here, I really want you to think about pressing the left knee in towards the shoulder rest. Those abs are wide awake now. The glute is on, shoulders are working. So this is a full body movement here, nice and slow to warm up all these muscles. Gaze is straight down into the well. We're here for another 4. Keeping those shoulders and everything parallel down to the ground, making sure you stay as evenly between both hands as you can. One more here. Let's lengthen the right leg and hold. I want you to rainbow the right leg over the left leg. Lift it straight back up and then draw it in. Lengthen the right leg, hold. Rainbow over. You can gaze towards that right foot as well. Lift, draw it in. For 8, gaze over. Lift, draw it in. 7, gaze over, lift in. Beautiful. For 6, lift up through those abs. Feel free to add a little hinge back with the hips as you lower the leg down in that rainbow. It feels nice on my lower back. For 4. And 3. And lift. Squeeze the right glute. 2 more. 1 more here. Lift. Rainbow. Up. Final 5 here. 5. And lift. Rainbow. 4. Lift. 3 more here. 3. Whoo. And 2. Lift. 1 more here. Lift. Draw it in. Take a child's pose. Sit those hips back. Roll out those wrists if you need to, and then we will go straight over to the other side. So again, hands are underneath those shoulders. Those knees are directly up against the shoulder rest. We're keeping that equal weight in between both hands as you lengthen the left leg back into a kickback and then draw the knee back in. Those obliques are working. Lengthen, draw it in. Good for 8. Oh, my hands are getting sweaty on the rails. And lengthen back. 6. 5 more. Gazes straight down to the well. 3 more here. And 2. 1 more here. You're going to lift that left leg up. We're going to rainbow the left leg over the right and lift it up. Draw it in. Lengthen the left leg back. Rainbow over. Lift. Draw it back. Good for 8. Over. Sit the hips back. Inhale over. Gaze towards the left foot, as you go over the left. Good. 4 more, guys. And lift. Draw it in. Lengthen back for 3. Going into just those rainbows in 2. 1 more here. Rainbow the leg over the left and up. We're going again for 5. Over the right leg and lift. 4. Lift. Go 3 more. Squeeze that left glute for me. Into. 1 more here. And lift. Bend the left knee and take that child's pose again. Sit those hips back. And slowly roll all the way up. Oh, I just popped sweat marks on the rails. Great. Roll those wrists in one way and then the other. Beautiful work, guys. Okay, we're going into some bridging. So your foot bar is going to go all the way up. And let's keep that blue spring on, but let's also, instead of the white spring, pop on a red spring. So you're on a red and a blue spring, a heavy and a medium. We're going to lie all the way down. Your headrest is lowered and your heels are on the bar, hip distance apart. All right, we're going to go into some roll-ups of the spine here. So flexing through the feet. Take an inhale here. And then on your exhale, just tuck that pelvis for me. Let's lift those hips up into a bridge. Squeeze those glutes at the top. Take an inhale. Exhale, melting it all the way down. Nice and slow here. And again, tuck in the pelvis. Rolling those hips up. Upper back lifts off the mat. Squeeze those glutes. Bring those knees over those toes. And then slowly melt the spine down again. At your own pace here. Waking up those hamstrings if they aren't already. And again, 3 more bridges. Melt it down. Pull the belly button back towards the spine. Into. Melting it down. 1 more here. We're going to lift those hips all the way up and hold. If it feels good for you today, bring those arms up towards the sky, palms facing each other. When we're ready, we're going to hinge those hips halfway down. Keep that carriage into the stopper. Exhale, squeeze those glutes all the way up. Hinge halfway down. Exhale, all the way up for 10. 9. Exhale, lift. In 8. Halfway down. Exhale, all the way up. 7. And 6. 5 more. Squeeze, wrap those glutes for 4. Keep those ribs pulled down for me. 3 more here. 3. Into. 1 more here. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift those hips up. Hold. Let's press that carriage out as far as you can. Lengthen those legs. Drop the hips. Hover them off the mat. Lift those hips as you draw that carriage in. Inhale, lengthen those legs long. Hamstring curl. Exhale, pull the carriage into the stopper for 8. 7. Knees trail over those toes. Flex the feet. Staying with that breath for 5. In 4. 3 more here for 3. Keep that pelvis tucked for me. If this doesn't feel good on your lower back, lower those hips all the way down. 1 more here. Lengthen the legs. Draw that carriage halfway in for me. Hold it here. Little pulses up for 10. 9, 8, 7. Burn out the glutes. 6, 5. Tuck. 4. In 3, 2, 1. Lower those arms down. Slowly melt the spine all the way down and draw the carriage in. Hug those knees in towards the chest. Rock them side to side. And let's roll all the way up. Beautiful. Okay, before we get into those lunges, we're going to go into some planking. So I'm going to pop the foot bar all the way down. And then I'm also going to grab my platform extender. If you guys don't have one of these, totally fine. You can always use just the wooden platform for these. But if you do have a platform extender, I definitely prefer to use it. And let's switch up those springs. I'm going to go on one white spring, one light spring today. That's your advanced option. And if you want a little bit more support, pop on one blue spring for me. Okay, so we're going to have you guys start on your hands in a little bear crawl position. So we're going to press the carriage out slightly so the knees are underneath the hips. Hands are directly underneath the shoulders. When you're ready, you're keeping a nice neutral spine. You're going to take an exhale as you hover those knees off the mat. Inhale as you drop those knees down. And again, hovering those knees a couple inches off the mat and then dropping them straight down. Good. This is a little tiny movement here, guys. I want you to really think about lifting up through the pelvic floor, really wrapping those abs around the waist to keep all of this out of your lower back. We're here for 5. Exhale, hover the knees, lift 4. 3. In 2. One more, hover those knees. I want you to press the carriage out. Plank, bend the knees, draw the carriage halfway in, drop those knees straight down. Good. So if this gets too much on those hands at all, feel free to do any of these on your forearms. It's always an option. I'm going to stay on my hands. We're here for 5. Press it out, lengthen the legs, bend the knees, drop them down. Exhale, lift for 4. In 3. In 2, hover. One more here, guys. Final layer here. You're going to hover. Press the carriage out. Hold that plank for me. Bend those knees in. Kick the knees out for 10. Lift up from the abs. 9. Gaze is straight down between those hands. 5 more. 3 more. In 3. In 2. One more here. Press it out. Bend those knees in. Drop the hips back. Take a child's pose. Lift those hips if you'd like to go into a little puppy pose instead. Oh my God, that feels great. And draw the carriage all the way in. All right. I am going to keep you guys on that same spring. One more plank. Sorry. We're going to go into some obliques now. So forearms are going to be down. We're going to press out into your full plank. Sway those heels over to one side. You're going to bend the knees in. Press the knees out. Bend the knees in. Press the knees out. Good. Just for 8. Working into that side body. 5 more. 3 more. Into. 1 more. Draw center, bend the knees, draw it in. Whew. Roll those shoulders back a couple times. We've got that other side. So back onto your forearms, guys. When you're ready, hover those knees and press out into your plank. Sway those heels over to the opposite side, and then when you're ready, bend those knees, press it out. Bend, press for 8. Knees are going to the opposite side. In 5, 4, 3, in 2. Bring out the waist here. 1 more. Bend the knees. Draw it in. Whew. Lovely work, guys. I'm sweating already. Wow. All right, we can pop that platform extender back underneath the reformer. And let's change the springs here. I'm going to go on one blue spring and then pop on your foot bar all the way up. All right, I'm going to take off my straps because they get quite annoying. We're going to lunge. So you're up on your long box at the side of your reformer. Your outside foot is next to the carriage on the top corner closest to your reformer. And then your inside foot is going to go up against the shoulder rest. Hands are on the hips to start. Take a big inhale here. On your exhale, let's press that carriage out. Bend through that outside knee, lunge it down. Hinge forward slightly, and then lift it up. And again, pressing down, lunging forward, hinging forward. And lifting it up. Good. My heart is racing from those planks. My God. And press it down. And lift it up. Good. Guys, also remember to really lengthen out your back leg as much as you can here. And keep that hip that's closest to the carriage nice and pushed forward. That's what I always have to remind myself. Good. 3 more. And 2. 1 more here. Let's hold it down. Hands go behind the head. Bend the knee in. Press it out. Stand up tall. Elbows are wide. A little bit of a stability challenge here for you. Bend. Press. Lift. And bend. And press. And lift. Good. We're here for 5. Shoulders stay pushed back and down away from the ears. And we're here for 3. And 2. 1 more here. Let's hold it down. Bend the knee in. Kick it out for 10. And 9. Stay nice and low. And 8. And 7. And 6. 5 more here for 5. Squeeze the abs. 4. And 3. Here for 2. 1 more here. Big press out. Lift it all the way up. Whew. Tap out that glute, and then we're going to go straight over to the other side. So grab your long box, bring it to your other side of your reformer, and then when you're ready, let's go straight into it. So your outside foot is next to the carriage, to the corner closest to the carriage. Hands are on the hips, and your inside foot is up against the shoulder rest. Roll the shoulders back and down, and when you're ready, press that carriage out into a nice low lunge, hinging it forward, driving through that front heel as you stand up tall. And let's do 3 more here. And 2. 1 more here. Let's press it all the way down. Hold. Hands go behind the head. Stand up tall. Press it out and hold. Bend the back knee in. Kick it out. Stand up tall. Adding that stability challenge. Again, if this doesn't feel good for your body today with the hands behind the head, no worries. Keep the hands at your hips. If you also have a pole, like a maple pole or something like that, to help with balance, feel free to hold that as well. You've also got the foot bar in front of you. Those hips stay nice and squared. Got to remind myself every time. For 5. And up. 3 more here. For 3. In 2. 1 more here. Lower it down and hold. Stay low. Bend the back knee in and kick it out for 10. Scooters for 9. Stay low. Elbows stay wide. 5 more. Squeeze those shoulder blades together. In 4. In 3. In 2. 1 more here. Press it out. Lift it all the way up. Whew. Tap out that glute. When you're ready, grab that box, then place it where you usually keep it. We have got one final little push today. I wasn't going to add it, and I've decided why not. Let's do some push-ups. So I am going to go on the foot bar today. So the foot bar will stay up in the first position. I'm going to stay on a blue spring here. So if you want that extra challenge for your abs, put that white spring on instead. If you want even more stability for your abs, feel free to pop on the blue and the white spring. Let's do it. And for any of these, if you want to go on your knees, go for it. I actually might start on my knees and then progress. So your hands are on the foot bar, shoulder width apart. Roll the shoulders back and down. Tuck that pelvis for me. Squeeze those abs and press the carriage out slightly so you're in a modified plank. Those feet are up against the shoulder rests. The elbows are going to be pulled in towards your side as you lower down onto the foot bar and lift up. Inhale, lower down and lift up. Good. Let's do 3 more on our knees. 2. 1 more. Good. If you want to stay on your knees, go for it. If you want to pop onto your toes, go for it. Bend the elbows. Press for 5. Bend. Press for 4. In 3. In 2. 1 more here, guys. You got it. I'm taking my time. Bend. And press. Beautiful. Drop those knees. Press the carriage out. And take that final child's pose. Whew. Lovely, guys. Keep that blue spring on. Chuck on a red spring as well. Hang up those loops. And headrest can be up if you'd like. Let's finish with a little bit of feet in straps. Whew, okay. Grab those loops, guys. Press the carriage out. Put one loop on one foot, the other loop on the other. Lift those legs up. Oh, my baggy pants are going down. All right. Hold onto the ropes for me. Flex the feet. Take a nice stretch for the back of the legs, the hamstrings, the calves. You can lift that tailbone a little bit. And then when you're ready, you're just going to lower those legs down to a 45 and lift the legs up to your 90. Keep the pelvis down now. Tailbone stays flat on the mat. You got that mini gap between the lower back and your carriage. Your back is not arching though. 1 more here. Let's go into some circles. Lift the legs up to your 90 and then out and around. It's fantastic for the hip joints. It's like a little massage for the hips. 1 more this way. And when you're ready, let's reverse that circle. One more circle here. Beautiful. Now pop the soles of your feet together, knees are wide. You can tug onto the loops or the ropes. Bring them towards your chest a little bit more and just hold this butterfly. Closing those eyes if that feels nice. And just taking a few deep breaths here. Inhaling through the nose. Exhale through the mouth, let it go. And again, big inhale through the nose, expanding those ribs. And exhaling, let it go. One more here. Inhale through the nose. And exhale, let it all go. Slowly opening up those eyes. And one foot at a time, taking the loops off, hanging those loops up onto the hooks, slowly getting all the way up, and you, my loves, are done. Thank you so much for working out with me today. I hope you enjoyed today's class, and I will see you in the next one. Mwah.